working? Alright, hey everyone. Sorry I haven't gotten an update on this in, wow, like a while because Overwatch, holy damn, I've been like playing that game nonstop and has been a very interesting experience. I'll probably make another video about that. So I'm recapping on all the changes that I made to the level. I just prior to making this video, I just set up I just published the new version, and I'm going to go over all the changes that I made and why. Um, then this new version of the level actually is a bit easier because I modified some things. So I would actually say that this level is easy at this point, uh, compared to maybe being slightly difficult. Even the optional battle is not so bad. But even with that said, you no longer get health and ammo from doing quick. Why do I keep calling them quick kills? From doing glory kills. I have not done any changes at all to the score settings. I gotta stop saying so much. There's no more there's no more objective markers anywhere, and I think. Oh yeah. I went through and also readjusted the secrets. The super shotgun was located up here. For those of you some of you were actually able to find it. I'm pretty sure because I saw score settings on the leaderboards indicated that there was definitely some people who did find the super shotgun. Because I can't imagine being able to beat this level so easily without it. In fact, the super shotgun in this mode is god tier. So with that said, you no longer have objective markers, and I had to address another problem that was in a later part of the level. Um, so when you go through all of here, the super shotgun is now located here because I actually want people to find it. This is one of the main reasons why the level has become a lot easier. I haven't done anything as far as the lasers adjustments or anything like that. I'm probably not going to touch them. When you come into this room, um, the ambush here happens as normal, but I've adjusted the trigger so that you can't get up to the second floor without triggering it. So it's actually probably possible to like just stand here and double jump and activate the full fight. Not a lot of people are going to know to do that. Um, so what I've done differently is instead of give you an objective marker, I kind of let you search around and see stuff. You go. There's only really one way. There's only really one way to go when you go up here, and that is in this direction. So what's happened and what I've done differently to solve a lot of the problems, because a lot of the problems that were coming up were, well, when you flip the switch, the door down here would open up, right? But you can't see it. When you would flip the switch, you wouldn't see that door down there would open up. So I ended up kind of having to think about like overall what's going to be the best way to solve this without having to have objective markers to make sure that the player knows where they're going next and stuff like that. So basically the switch is right here, and you now enter this part of the level through this doorway here, right? Now the secret super hard battle, well, not really super hard, but pretty hard battle, averagely hard battle is located right here. And this is a blue door and all that. So people who remember that it's a little bit off to the side, they might come in here because they saw an enemy spawn in this direction. One thing that is really annoying about talking about these levels is the volume of the monsters. Fuck, I have it muted though. You guys can't hear it, but every time I so much as point at a monster, they like blow my ears out. So anyway, I could probably just, yeah, there we go. So this solved a whole bunch of problems, I think. Now you get to see that the door is actually opening up, and you actually get in here, and the only difference really to this area is that there's a little extra of a jump down. I added a little bit more boxes to the side of this so that it's a little easier to get up on top of it. And I thought it was a little weird that the switch was over here. If I had control over the level geometry, I would have built like a platform and made this sort of like a room with a with you kind of like a catwalk with like a tiny staircase like right here, and you'd get up and that would open the door. But I'm opting to just have you open the door from here, flip the switch that's sitting right here, and you then enter. There's the key card, and it does all the regular stuff that it did before. Nothing else has really changed very much. You go in here. This area isn't really changed very much. It was part of the feedback was that this area, that the level would be too hard without extra health and ammo and stuff like that. I don't know. It's actually very easy for me, which means it's probably going to be about normal difficulty for somebody else. And getting rid of the pickups from glory kills, I don't think it's really going to have that much of an effect. It's pretty straightforward. So this area right here, I ended up, when the last time I played, I couldn't even grab the green armor because I had 200. But you complete this fight, you end up fighting all these pinky demons down this way, and then this red door over here. So there's really nothing hand-holding you through this level anymore. I really do leave it up to you as the player to figure it out. That's a dangerous thing to do in the Snapmap environment because people are going to be expecting that the levels are broken or that they're low quality. I think that Snapmap really, really seriously does need attention, and that nobody should ever be able to publish a level they cannot complete. Ever. It should be impossible. Part of the publishing process should be that you can beat the level. All right. I think that has to be instated. I don't know what id's stance is, or if they're even planning to do anything to help with Snapmap or improve it. In fact, I probably won't be making any more levels until I see that they are actually going to be doing stuff with it. So this will be my only level for this until I see something from them that indicates, hey, we're going to be caring about this. We are going to keep updating it. So you go into this area here. This is a red door here. That should be fairly visible. Might be on your memory. This is kind of a bad way to have a player actually remember this because it happens during a fight. But you should probably realize that there's a red door here. You go into this red door. I really, 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 really seriously want a mini-map for this kind of gameplay. And one of the other bits of feedback was that I put too many bags of health, way too many monsters that took way too much damage, which I think a big part of that feedback wasn't just that the monsters had too much HP, but rather you didn't have a double-barrel shotgun that kills them in 2 hits. So I've kind of done this in a sort of two-prong thing. I reduced the number of big Mancubi monsters. The Keiko demons were reduced a tiny bit, but I actually kind of throw a greater variety of the smaller Hell Knights and Revenants and stuff like that at the player. And Belial here only has, he's alone. He doesn't have 2 giant bags of health in front of him. But at the same time, I've also made the super shotgun a lot easier to access. So if you find like one of the most basic secrets in the level, you should have a pretty easy time with this level now. Like once you have the super shotgun, the Keiko demon, for example, here dies in 2 hits. If you try to attack him with a single barrel shotgun, and it ends up taking like 8 shots, and I could definitely see why that would create a feeling that there are too many like bags of health in this level. That combined with the fact that you get this rocket launcher and the double barrel shotgun, it kind of turns this whole thing into a bit of a joke. But one of the other things that I highly recommend, if you really want to maximize it, take the rocket launcher and the double barrel shotgun and go to the secret area and do this fight with a rocket launcher and a double barrel shotgun, and you'll turn this into a very easy fight as well. In fact, it's almost kind of stupid that the chain gun's even there. Maybe I should make the chain gun something that you can find somewhere else in the map or something, because it without the rocket launcher in this area, it's a lot harder. And that's pretty much it. So a lot of the stuff that went into this was trying to figure out and sort of just think about things. Like, I spent more time just thinking about what to do rather than actually doing anything. Mostly just because I've been absolutely enthralled by playing endless amounts of Overwatch. I haven't. It took me a while to just say, hey, why didn't I just make this doorway right here, the one that you have to open? So if you try to open the door while the fighting is going on, it acts as a Boolean, which is it. Let's see, yeah, it goes to here, and then it tests this Boolean right here. And if this Boolean tests uh, that the that the fight is still going on, that you have not in fact completed the fight that started by this giant trigger right here, then you will not. It'll say demon level's too high and it can't open the door. So it's really a very very basic thing. In addition to that, I guess there was. No, I guess that's really it. I think that's actually it. It took me a while. Like, why don't I just make this door? I mean, this makes it so straightforward. This changes. This was such an easy answer, and for some reason, I just didn't think it was possible. I don't know why. I have to say though that the engineers, the people who made these tiles, are geniuses because they did something that a lot of the time never happens, and is that they made sure that every doorway lines up in such a way that all of these tiles can line up. That fucking never happens. Like being able to make these sort of weird areas that have like connections in different places and stuff like this, and then still be able to like make areas like wrap back around on each other and stuff. How was that even possible? How could you even like who made sure everything lined up? Like with the like there's a huge number of different tiles, and they still made sure that these. I bet I can get this tile right here to line up with another tile over here. Like, holy shit, man! How the fuck did they do that? That is so fucking hard to do. The people who set up the size in the doorways and the entrances on this have figured out like how to just do like magic, because that is really fucking hard to pull off. Just getting the sizes right like that. Well, anyway, huh? I have now uploaded it. You can play the new version. It should be actually. I think it honestly should be easier this time around. Um, and that's about it. So before going too much further, I'm gonna have to say, uh, I'm waiting on id. I will be paying attention. If id is going to do any adjustments and improving of Snapmap, I'd like to know. Like, if they actually do stuff, then you may very well see additional levels created by me for this. It is fun to make them, but there's too many problems, there's too many strange issues that I personally think should just be solved. Um, and if they're not, then uh, you know, it was a fun run. That'll be the end of it. Uh, and that's that. Not to end it too much on a sour note or anything like that, but this is actually really cool. You can do some really amazing stuff with it, and I think it's pretty cool that it was actually included in the what was it, the recommended level list, or I might be using the wrong word, but it's actually like one of the recommended levels. It's all the way in the bottom of the list, and it has like almost no upvotes compared to some of the other maps. But that honestly, that is pretty cool. I really like that. It was. So I will include the link, the everything like that in the video description so that you can check the level out, play the new version. All it is just a more refined version of what you've probably already seen if you played the previous version, and it's a little easier and less bags of health, much fewer bags of health left, and that should be that. All right. Take care. I hope you enjoyed.